Morning, Rob Barlow here, Whitewater Gun Dogs, enjoying a nice fall day here in Pendleton, Oregon. Sunny, 50 degrees out. Gotta apologize, we haven't been putting a bunch of videos out lately. I mean, last month we were in Kansas and Nebraska and Minnesota and gone for almost a month and come home. It's a month's worth of work to do on the farm. Catch up on some dog training, got some breeding going on. We got puppies due the end of December. A couple more breedings we want to get done, but in between. Plus dog training, been doing some hunting, enjoying life. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on Spaniel type retrieves or flushing dog type retrieves. And what I'm talking about, if you're thinking about a flushing dog, every bird that they flush is a going away bird. Straight away, they flush it off the ground in front of them, and rising, going away. You know, they hook and do this and do that, but mostly going away. Versus a retriever style retrieve is they're sitting in a duck blind and you're cross shooting ducks or incoming ducks, and all the retrieve and all the markings are done out there. Two different skill sets. Dogs can do both, but you need to spend some time and teach the dogs the difference. Most of our dogs, the dogs that we're going to work in this field here today, are young dogs. They've had birds shot over them. They've had this done with them a little bit. 40, 50 yard range. They work good, pretty good, mark pretty well. But what I want to do is we're going to stretch them out. And we're going to stretch them out to the 80 to 90 yard mark using this. So they're going to be sitting here. You'll see they're going to be sitting here, and we're going to launch these off. Now these things are very loud. I never stand behind my dogs firing these off. When I first started dog training, the majority of the gun shy dogs that I had, or gun sensitive dogs I had come into my kennel to work on, was caused by this. Stay out in front. There's a loud report. Get in front of them. Don't be behind them shooting it over their head. So when we break down retrieves for the retriever style training, you know, we'll have an 80 yard mark and we'll move up halfway, throw the mark and move the way back. It's pretty hard to do that with these, but we can do it. So what I do is, when I'm teaching, I'm going to move, we'll bring a little black cocker up here and we'll teach her this 85, 90 yard retrieve. We'll break it in half and move back and do it again. So when I could put in green loads or yellow loads, you know, change the loads and probably get a little bit of difference. But what I do, so empty. So what I do is I'm using yellow loads, and I use Ramset loads I get at Ace Hardware, Home Depot. I don't buy the ones from Gun Dog Supply, or, I mean, they're 20 bucks a box, and these are expensive enough, but they're about half the cost of the other ones. And I can just go right down here to downtown Pendleton, Ace Hardware, and get as many boxes of them I want to get. I don't have to order. So, but when I want to shorten my retrieves up with this, I'll put instead of putting it all, that here from here is probably 80 to 90 yard mark, depending on the wind and the angle. So if I want a 50 yard mark, I bring it down to about 3/4 of the way down, and that's going to give me a 50 yard mark. So then when I move that pup back, I can put it all the way down, and now I'm going to get that mark. So that's how I adjust. And what we're doing here today is distance. Nothing more than distance. I like this short field. Run out there, see it, pick it up, and come back. I'm building that concept of distance. Drive that 80 yard, 90 yard mark. Once we get that, and we got a couple of them that are ready to move on, we'll go over there and do this same thing, but we'll go over there in the cover where they got to drive through the cover. So when they get out to the area, they got to hunt, find it, etc. But for right now, we're teaching this. We're going to show a couple other videos of different concepts that I use this thing for in my training. This is probably right now my most used tool in my truck. Not daily, but consistently. And right now we're in between trial season and training for the next 2 or 3 months. So they're going to get a lot of concepts thrown at them. And this isn't just for, I field trial my dogs, and it just isn't just for field trial dogs. If you got a dog that's line steady, which I would suggest, and you just a hunting dog, just go out and throw a bunch of retrieves for it. It's great for them. You could, like, you know, we walked up here and Sonda said, well, just to shoot them some retrieves over there in that tall cover. Well, we can do that, but I'm not doing that today. But that's just an example of what you can do, you know. Now, this creek, probably not a good place to do it because it's got vertical banks, but you could stand here and shoot bumpers over on the other side of the creek, and the dogs have to run through that cover and back up the other side and get their birds. I mean, just different concepts. Be imaginative and take your gun dogs out there and exercise them. Great exercise off season, on season, whatever you want. And like I said, you know, if I want to do this, if I want this bumper to go land on the other side of the creek, I don't put it all the way down. I put it 3/4 of the way down. And then shoot that, and that's just going to plop over to the other side and give them a nice little retrieve. You know, so you can buy red loads. I use yellows mainly. When these young dogs were coming up, I was using green loads so that the distance was just consistent. Green load will give you a 40 to 50 yard mark, where these will give you 80 to 90s with the yellows. You can buy reds and put in there and push that 100-yard mark, but this is going to beat you up. I mean, you are gonna know about it. and this is, you can see, this has got this rubber pad around the bottom, and you can see how wore out this thing is from just bang, 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 bang. And the other thing red loads do, these things are screwed in here. The barrel screwed into this thing. You start shooting red loads in there, you're gonna bust this off. The other thing it is very, very hard on your bumpers. These are 20 bucks a shot, or more or less, you know. And red loads, you'll probably get a couple, 3 dozen retrieves out of this, and then you'll be buying a new one. So yellows work just fine. So, and I'll show you down the road how I can lengthen this out if I want to get more distance and still use a yellow load. But for now, let's just go get a dog and have some fun. So here we got little Mackenzie. We're gonna move her up to that 50-yard mark. She's probably going to leave early. Bumper hits the ground, she's going to leave. And at Kinsey, come on. And at this point, huff. At this point, I don't really care. As long as she's just not outright breaking when it goes off, we'll fix that. But right now, I just want to concentrate on the distance thing with her and teaching her. Here, come on. Here. Okay, here. Here, come here. Here, hop. Okay, yellow loads. We're gonna pull that out about a quarter of the way. Here, heel. Hop. Kinsey. About 50 yards, bang, pins it, good enough. Now we'll move back. The other thing, now that I've shot that off, I would strongly suggest is hearing protection. The next dog I'll have hearing protection on. So we move this back. So, here, come here, hop. So, one of the things that you got to think about, Spaniel people especially, got to think about is when we're teaching a retrieve or a blind, we teach the hardest part first, and the hardest part is the tail end. So when we move back, the only new part is from here to where she was, and then from there she remembers that and she should drive out. So instead of trying to start her here and moving her up and keep giving her short retrieves all the way up and making her run through all the old falls, we just teach this. And my dog disappeared into the cover. Come on, Kins. Kinsey. Hunting, huh? Hop. 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 Okay, hop. Hop. So, one thing about these is you can never get them to land in the same place twice. That's why it's really hard to use these as a teaching tool. Hop. 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 Kinsey. Good girl. So there's 85, 90 yards. Runs right straight out to it. So we got the distance thing going. So now we're going to move over here and give her another one. Good girl. Here. Good girl. Come on, let's go. We'll go over here and teach her another one. Come on. As you can see, she's kind of our little wild child. Come here. 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 Here, here, good girl. Here, here, hop, hop, hop. So we got this pulled out just a little bit more. The first one went a little further than I wanted. Hop. Hop. Kinsey. I'd rather have that moving up and want to go get it and working on it than having to have a big long hunt. So she's to the point now where we can start reinforcing that steadiness on the shorter retrieves. And the next couple dogs that we're going to bring out, you'll see how I do that. When you start using these, here, come here. When you start using these dummy launchers, hop, hop, come here, here, hop. When you start, hi, come here, hop. When you start using these dummy launchers for retrieves, these dogs learn to love this game. Oh, they like this almost as much as they like birds. Hop. And that's what we want them to do. We want them to really want to do this. Hop, hop, hop. Kinsey. Okay, she's going back to where that other one was. That's what we were talking about earlier. You can't get these things to land in the same place. That could have bounced the other way and been right there. So she went there, she didn't find it. Come on, let's go. Here. This should have bounced right instead of left. She would have had it. Everything would have been successful. Come on, let's go. There you go. Good. All right. So you can see what I mean, that these aren't a very good tool to be teaching pinpoint marking, because they never land in the same place twice. So with that, let's go get a different dog. So here we got Dahlia. She'll be 2 next month, first part of next month. So like the little cocker, she was leaving, hop, hop. She was in the same boat. As soon as the bumper hits the ground, she was going. So we don't want her to do that. We don't want her to become a habit. So it's hop, hop. So I got the collar on, low stimulation, hop, bump, hop, bump. Just a reminder, sit there, hop, 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 down. So you can, I don't know if the camera can see it, nice big white sitting out there, 80 yards, nice retrieve. We worked on steadiness. We'll move over here, give her another one, and then we'll go get another dog. Here, let's go. Woo! Nice job. Up, up. Good. Up. Let's go. So what I try to do, there's a little bit of koshi out there. That's just enough to hide the bumper a little bit. Here, hop, hop. So that's why I move over here. Good girl, hop. Same thing, low, hop, 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 down. Good. Landed right where I wanted it, and had a little bit of cover. She overran it, came back on the wind and found it. Perfect. Good girl. Hop. Nice job. Okay, let's get another dog. Okay, here we got Riot. She's the youngest of these three. She won't be 2 till next July. But she's getting the same work. And same thing, you know, she was leaving early, put collar on, start making her steady. She got to sit there. You can also notice I got some hearing protection on. Camera, Sonda's got earplugs in. These things are loud. Here, come here, here, hop. So the last dog, Dahlia, like I said, she'll be 2 first part of next month. She's ready to move on into the bigger cover, taller cover. And we probably do some stuff with her later on in this video. Hop, hop. Okay, so you can see, eager to go, hop. Little bump, hop, hop, hop. Riot. Nice line right to it, bang. Okay, perfect. We're just giving them a little reminder to stay sitting there. Good job, sweetie. Good. Here, here, here. Hop. Hop. Come on. Hop. 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 So, she's just 16 months old, I guess, huh? The little cocker's 18. Dahlia's 23. Hop, hop. Little bump, hop, hop, hop. Right. Yeah, start hunting the cover early. There you go. Good enough. Worked it out. She's about ready to move on too. Good job. Hop. Good. All right, good enough. Let's move on and try something else. So here we got Draven. He's 2. He did pretty well in the trials. He got to the 3rd series in both trials. He ran this October. Got a 2nd in Kansas. He's just coming into a pretty nice dog. So what we're going to do here is we're going to teach these dogs, him, to drive through this cover. So what happens when you're hunting or field trials or whatever, you'll shoot a bird and it'll land on the other side of a strip. Could be a road. Road could be a berry as well. Hop, hop. And your dog will run up to that piece of cover and start hunting and won't drive through it. So I want to teach these dogs to drive through that cover. Mark the fall, drive through the cover. So we're going to do the same thing here. Hop, hop. Here, hop. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to give them a 50-yard retrieve. Pull it out, 1/4 way, 1/3 of the way, hop. And we're going to pop that through that other side of that cover. Hop. Draven. Drive through the cover. Get to the other side. Good job. Got cheating coming back. So now we're going to move back. Here. We move close to make it easier for them, to get them to drive through that cover. Here, hop. So now we're going to add some distance to it. We want them to drive through that cover from far away. Here, hop. And you could do, just like we said in the other one, you could be across heavier cover than this. This is just on our way to another spot. Then I just wanted to show you what we're doing here. Hop, hop. Draven. Good boy. In and out, just like we want it. I have a lot of areas like this I can use. A lot of them down along that bluff coming this way that I'll use all through the fall, all through the winter. Hup. We'll get them to run through some big hemlocks, you know, give them a 30-yard run through the hemlocks. But just little stuff like that, you can do this all winter long, all summer long. Good training, good exercise. And you can see he's not done, but he's done. Let's move on to the next spot.